Good evening. My name is Fahad Usani.
And I am Alia Mullah, and we will be your hosts for the event. We extend a very warm welcome to all of you on the occasion of the Foundation Day and academic inauguration of the 8th batch of MMS and 7th batch of PGDM students.
या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभुदिवे देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मा पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेषजाड्यापः निशेषजाड्यापः. Thank you.
I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you to our Director General, Dr. N.M. Kondap. Dr. Kondap is the Director General of Durga Devi Saraf Institute of Management Studies. He is the former Vice Chancellor at SVKM's NMIMS, Mumbai, and Chairman, Western Regional Committee of AICTE. He is associated with numerous other professional bodies and has to his credit a number of awards. We request Dr. Kondap to deliver the welcome address.
Honorable Dr. Kiran Bedi, Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Shri Ashok Saraf, President RACT, Shri Kailashji Kejriwal, Honorary Secretary, Dr. Babu, Director DSIMS, Dr. Sarita Vichore, Professor DSIMS, Trustees, RSET, guests, faculty, staff, and my dear students. On behalf of my President and on behalf of DSIMS, I welcome you all to the DSIMS Foundation Day 2017. It's indeed a great honor for me to extend a warm welcome to our chief guest, Honorable Dr. Kiran Bedi. Her presence here is a great honor for us and a great inspiration for all the students of DSIMS. We would like to welcome her with a round of applause, please. We welcome all trustees whose guidance and continued support has helped DSIMS to achieve excellence in all its activities. We would also like to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guests from the corporate and the academia. Over a span of 7 years, DSIMS has made a mark for itself in Mumbai and is now recognized as one of the vibrant upcoming business schools in India. The institute has earned the reputation for itself for contribution made by its faculty, officers, and staff. We are confident, I am confident, that in the years to come, DSIMS will be one of the most preferred business schools at all India level. Yes, it's a proud moment for all of us. DSIMS offers programs which are unique in nature because it integrates the essential components of learning for students with focus to develop effective change makers for tomorrow through the concept of what we call leadership development. It fosters critical thinking and inquiring mind. It is not just the academic but also the sensitivity towards society and community is the focus area of DSIMS. Keeping this in mind, DSIMS has taken a number of initiatives in social projects and is associated with NGOs. Before I conclude, I would like to just say, His Holiness Dalai Lama recently said at TISS, with realization of one's own potential and self-confidence in one's ability, one can build a better world. We at DSIMS are committed to contribute a bit to build a better world. And once again, on behalf of DSIMS, I welcome each one of you for DSIMS Foundation Day 2017. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We now take this opportunity to introduce Shri Ashok Saraf, President Rajasthani Sammelan Education Trust. Shri Ashok M. Saraf is the Managing Director of Sarex Group of Companies, one of the leading manufacturers of chemicals, having business interests in India and several other continents. Shri Ashok Saraf is also Director on the board of Balkrishna Industries, popularly known as BKT, and Nilkamal Realtors. Shri Ashok Saraf is a perfectionist who manages an amazing balance between work, family, and social commitments. We all are committed to his vision of making DSIMS the most sought-after management institute. We now request Shri Ashok Saraf to address the students.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Foundation Day function of Durga Devi Saraf Institute of Management Studies. I would like to specially thank our chief guest for today's function, Dr. Kiran Bedi, for taking time out and being here with us today. Dr. Kiran Bedi is the first woman in India to have joined the officer's rank of the Indian Police Service, in which she served for 35 years and moved up to the highest rank as Director General, Bureau of Police Research and Development, Government of India. We thank you, Madam, for being with us today. We also thank Shri Naren Babu Goenka, who is present here today and who has arranged this visit of Madam. Donors like Madhu Maheshwari, trustees like Banwari Lal ji, Khemka ji, Sunil ji, Vinod ji, managing committee members of Rajasthani Sammelan, parents, students, invited guests. Durga Devi Saraf Institute of Management Studies is an institute set up by the magnanimous donation of my father, Shri Mahavir Prasad ji, who has the vision of making a management school which is the best in the country. Today, DSIMS, as we call it, offers the MMS program and the PGDM, both approved by AICTE. We are just 7 years old and we start the 8th year from now on. In this short span, with the hard work put in by the faculty and you young students, we are ranked the 8th best management college in the city of Mumbai by Times of India. Among the 3,000 management schools in the country, we are ranked 91, and more details about our achievements will be given to you by our director, Dr. Babu. At DSIMS, there are certain areas where we want to improve and progress. One of them is placement, additional infrastructure, and building a boys' hostel, which will help it to grow further. We also are working on some foreign tie-ups. We already have a few tie-ups with universities like the Ottawa University, where our children went for a 2-month exchange program. DSIMS is a part of Rajasthani Sammelan, who are in the forefront of educational activities for the last 68 years. We educate 15,000 children and have 800 staff members. We run 4 schools, 4 degree colleges, and 2 postgraduate institutions approved by AICTE. We have a women's hostel, a sports academy, and we are in the process of setting up a boys' hostel. My message to you students here present is that you have made the right choice of joining DSIMS. And for you to succeed in life, one of the most important things is hard work. Thomas Alva Edison said, for a genius also it is 1% inspiration, but 99% perspiration. So if you work hard, you can achieve anything. And you should have a burning desire to achieve. Set high goals, work hard, and nothing can stop you from succeeding. You should have the right attitude. Do not adopt the चलता है, देख लेंगे, हो जाएगा. No. Set up your goals, work hard for it, and you will get what you want in life. I once again welcome all the new students and would like to thank Dr. Bedi for taking time out and being with us here today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. C. Babu, Director DSIMS, has several years of experience in the industry and academics. He has mentored a number of faculty members. Also, he has conducted hundreds of seminars on transformational leadership to thousands of young students. We now request Dr. Babu to give the Institute brief.
Thank you, Fahad, and thank you, Alia. Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Dr. Kiran Bedi, our President, Shri Ashok Sharaf ji, our Honorary Secretary, Shri Kailash Kejriwal ji, our beloved trustees, invited guests, Dr. Kondap, Dr. Sarita, faculties and colleagues, and my dear students. Madam, we are extremely delighted to have your presence with us. I'm going to run through some of the academic and non-academic milestones of DSIMS. I will touch upon the following areas: industry-institute partnership, international collaborations, events, faculty research, placements, awards and accolades. Industry-institute partnership. To bridge the gap between the industry and academia, we have created a well-known Industry Institute Partnership Cell. The cell is well recognized by All India Technical Education. Under this cell, students visited BSE, Mumbai Port Trust, Raymond, Mahindra and Mahindra, warehouses of SK, Agilitic Logistics, and many, many more industries so far. International collaborations. We have joined hands with University of East London, ESCA Management School, Northumbria University of Newcastle, Oxfordham Graduate School, UK, Ottawa University, USA, and many more as a part of our international collaboration initiative. These collaborations enabled our students and faculty to visit different institutions of international repute. International immersion is a compulsory course we had for our students, and we had many professors from our campus visited different universities. Recently, we have 19 of our students went to Ottawa University and stayed there for 2 months for a study abroad program. Events. We held 100 of events across various specializations in the last 7 years, madam. We organized domain-specific annual Pan-India conclaves, international conferences under the aegis of Remsen Center for Management Research every year. Apart from these annual events, we regularly organize institutional level events under special banners like Thought Leadership Program and Meet the Celebrity. We hosted HR convention with Bombay Management Association. We also hosted annual convention jointly with Higher Education Forum to recognize outstanding faculty members and educational institutions. We also hosted Best Summer Internship Annual Ceremony along with Institute of Management Consultancy successfully in the last academic year. Faculty research. All our professors, madam, continuously learn by writing research articles, attending seminars, participating in faculty development programs, and conducting management development programs. Placements. I'm very happy to report, madam, more than 600 companies have accepted to consider DSIMS to recruit for their organizations so far. While the media reports frequently report saying that 1 out of 2 only are employed in the industry in general, madam, DSIMS could place 80% of the students every year consistently, and we are trying our best, madam. DSIMS consistently place students in reputed companies every year. This is because of scrupulous efforts in upgrading our curriculum to suit the requirement of the potential employer. Our strong alumni network and their testimonials reinforce our belief in getting our students industry ready. Awards and accolades. DSIMS students, Madam received numerous awards so far. I'm just taking two. Miss Hiral Kapasi became one of the 5 recipients to receive the Best SIP Award by IMCI. And DSIMS as an institute received the award for innovation and best teaching methodology by Higher Education Forum this year. With constant support from our President, Sri Ashokji, members of Governing Council, and faculty colleagues, we have achieved the following accolades too. The national newspaper, Times of India, has recently ranked DSIMS, as our President mentioned, in the top 91 B schools in India. In Mumbai, Madam, we are ranked 8th best B school among many existing B schools. Beyond IIMs, Top B School Survey 2016, wherein we stood 11th in the top 20 emerging B schools in India, Madam. Madam, I take this opportunity to thank and to have your gracious presence with us. But before going, one thing, Madam, most of our students were quite excited when they come to know that you are coming here. So 1 week before, most of our students called out few chapters of your books that you have written, and all of them have gone through the presentation, and they're quite delighted to listen to you, Madam. And once again, thank you for coming, and thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have amongst us the Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Dr. Kiran Bedi. Dr. Kiran Bedi is the first woman in India to have joined the officer ranks of the Indian Police Service. She served in it for 35 years and moved up to the highest rank as Director General, Bureau of Police Research and Development, Government of India. Dr. Bedi served as police advisor to the Secretary General of the United Nations in the Department of Peacekeeping Operations in New York. She is the recipient of the Ramon Magsaysay Award, also known as Asia's Nobel Peace Award, for bringing about a positive relationship between police and the people. Dr. Bedi is a law graduate, master's, and a PhD scholar from IIT Delhi with postdoctoral Nehru Fellowship. She is an author of several books such as I Dare, It's Always Possible, As I See, Creating Leadership, and many more.
Dr. Bedi has been voted as the most admired and trusted woman in India by Reader's Digest, The Week magazine, and others over the years. She has a biopic on her life called Yes, Madam Sir, made by an Australian filmmaker. She currently runs 2 NGOs, Navjyoti and India Vision Foundation, that reach out to marginalized sections of society in education and skills development in urban and rural areas as well as prisons. She is an academician and has been a visiting faculty with ICLIF, a leadership training institute in Malaysia. As of now, she has a following of more than 10 million followers on social networks. Her Twitter handle is @theKiranBedi. She assumed office as Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry on May 29, 2016.
We now request Shri Kailashji Kejriwal, Honorary Secretary RSET, to present a bouquet of flowers to Dr. Kiran Bedi. May we now request Dr. Kiran Bedi to address the students and share her experience and knowledge.
I'm very, very impressed by this group of institutions. I've never seen a trust so trustworthy. A trust whose trustees are totally dedicated to letting their parents live forever through you. I wish there were more and more like you and the trustees who are present here. Very impressive, high quality, totally dedicated. certainly full of integrity. Otherwise, you can't reach this far. You cannot reach this far without total dedication and integrity and amazing teamwork. And with a remarkable missionary zeal. I don't know whether they're doing it out of love for their parents or the love for the country, but I think both the things have got mixed up. They are loving their parents, keeping their memories alive, and serving the nation through education. To me, that's the biggest gift in nation building. Yes, it's for me a getaway from Pondicherry. It means almost 2 days. To be with you today has meant 2 days. Today and tomorrow. Because I have to drive from Pondicherry to Chennai, then take a flight to Bombay. Now I go back, and then it's the driving time takes away your day. But it's been worth it. Because for me, it's an experience which I will always cherish. It's so encouraging to see such rich country building institutions. Now I know why Maharashtra is so outstanding. Why? You have institutions, you have people, you're builders here really, in many, many ways. And these are builders of humanity. And that's why Maharashtra continues to be the finance capital or state of India. May you continue to be like that, and may you do better and better by the day. Because I know you will not hopefully get yourself limited to Maharashtra, you'll spread out. Hopefully go to Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. You need to go. In fact, some compulsory placement should be for UP and Bihar. Because we are into country building, not only Maharashtra building. Isn't it? It's very interesting. As I thought for you, you have something written right there. You've written lessons for life. I thought I'll share with you a few lessons from my life. It's very interesting. It's such a coincidence that when I was thinking, what am I going to do with you foundation course? Because this is a foundation day. You're on a foundation day. And when I thought of the word foundation, I thought I will rewind in my own memory and to reach out to you youngsters at all these years of my life and living and career and challenges. What are the things I can convey to you and pass on to you as lessons from my life? Because that will become like practical and not theory. Because you have enough of theory and practical, but I thought I'll be practical for you and share with you a few lessons while you have lessons for life there. For me, first of all, let's understand what does a foundation mean? And when is a foundation strong and weak? We all build houses. We've all seen houses built, haven't we? Why is this trust so brilliant today? Because it's a very, very strong foundation. Strong foundation of ethics and values. And total love and total, I think, admiration and adoration for their own parents. That's the foundation. And as long as that will remain, this institution will continue to grow. There is no dilution in this. There is no, for the loss of a better word, there's no cheating in this. There's no adulteration in this. That's why it has continued to grow so fast and so well in such a small piece of land. And it's spick and span. Reason is its foundation is very strong. And its trustees are worthy, continuing to build the foundation. They nourish the foundation every day. So what does foundation mean for you? Is, understand, it means something which you will be resting on. A foundation which you rest on as a life. Now let's come back to life. For me, what is a foundation of life? Is something which you rest on, something which you rely on, and something which you respond from. For me, these 3 R's came to my mind as the word foundation came and it struck. Is all our life we respond from our own foundation. We rely on our foundation and we respond from our foundation. And when is this foundation made? Is the foundation being made now? No. When I went to the Indian Police Service training in 1972, you think I was not already founded? I already had a foundation. I went to it with a foundation. The police training gave me knowledge. It gave me skills, but based on my foundation. And in the Indian Police Service, my foundation was not tested. Because foundation is hidden. Foundation is never visible. It's the architecture on the foundation is visible. But how strong is the foundation is not visible. It's hidden, friends. And that hidden thing gets revealed over the years. It does not get revealed immediately. It reveals by difference when you rest on it, when you rely on it, and when you respond from it. That's when your foundation gets revealed. Today, this is how this trustees foundation was revealed to me. As the flowering of it is the revelation. So when is this made? You are making it, but you also have come with it. Your foundation was made by your parents already in school, at home. So understand. Every day, whatever you do, you are nutritioning your foundation. You're strengthening the foundation. And why am I saying foundation? Because finally, this is what you will be resting on. That is what will go always with you. So what are my lessons of life? This is what is based on. Number one, something which I thought, I wish I had known when I was your age. So I'm only giving you that. I wish I had known. I may have been a different person still. So I'm giving you my life's experience. Number one, nothing will remain the same. Number one, remember, nothing will remain the same forever. So remember, you're in a very constant change. I wish I had known it. My family will never remain with me forever. I wish I had known. I would have never let even an hour go away from my family if I had known that my family was not permanent. My parents will go away. My family will spread out. Some will last long, some will not last long. I did not know. I thought the home was forever, family was forever, my school was forever, my college was forever, my IPS was forever. Friends, no. Third, we think friends are forever and they remain forever. No, they too spread out. They too spread out. So I'm trying to tell you something which I never understood as a teenager. Even if somebody would tell me that, Kiran, even my mother used to tell me that, Kiran, you will one day go away, get married. And I used to fry. Oh, no, I'll never get married. And mommy, I'll never leave you. And mama, whenever I grow up, you will stay with me. Yes, she stayed with me, but she went away. I couldn't hold her back. I couldn't hold my father back when it was time for them to go. I couldn't hold my sister back when she decided to go. So friends, you must know what is not going to stay, and I'm going to enhance the value of this for you. You are into career development, but there's something before a career, which I want to give you lessons of from my life. Health is also not forever. Health is the best gift we have at that day. Tomorrow's energy I do not know. All I know is I have energy today. Tomorrow what happens, health goes away, something goes wrong, and it just goes. And we are into hospital somewhere. And we have no control. We rejoice coming back when we are healthy back again. But health also is nothing to be granted. Don't take it for granted. Even I didn't know. I thought I would be healthy always. But God's grace has been so far so good. But having got my wisdom, I thank the Almighty for energy every day. Because I do not know by tomorrow again. Because I've seen health just disappear in healthy people's lives. So who's taking? Now this autumn, once you have these awarenesses, your lifestyle changes. Friends, your job and colleagues are also not forever. If you are in the private sector, certainly not. In the government sector, if you perform less, certainly yes. If you perform like me, I don't know, I think you're at risk. But if you perform very average, you are sure to retire from service and earn your pension. But if you're going to be driving a change and if you're disruptive in your leadership, you may or may not. You may decide to leave it yourself. Or you may have lot more challenges. So, doesn't remain. So, when I say these things are constant, they're constantly changing, friends. You and I cannot hold it back. So what is in my hands? What's in my hands is me, myself, only, with my foundation. That's all I have. I have to continue to build my architecture on this foundation. So what is in it for me is constantly, every day, value all these things I told you. Value your family. Value your health. Value your home. Value your education institutions. Value your time. Value your energy. Now, I do not know whether these are part of the management courses here. I do not know that. If it is, it's the right thing to do. If it isn't, that's what Foundation Day is for. To remind ourselves how do we build our foundation as we build for our careers. So, is to value all that we have. And to be every day grateful for such institutions. How many children, how many students in this country of 1 billion plus and 500 million youth have this kind of opportunity? How many? How many? You're the chosen few. So when you're the chosen few, what do you do every day? Thank the Almighty for having given you what it is with you. Because you've not yet earned it, by the way. Somebody else is paying for you. Am I right? Do you get up and say thank you, mom, dad? Or thank you, the bank? And remember, the bank is also earned by a lot of business here. They earn, they generate wealth, put money in the bank, and that's what comes to you. And it then goes back. When you earn, you put it back, and then that's how everybody continues to. But they earn, you take, and don't repay, what will happen? The circle will stop. Friends, what remains with you finally is these. These is memories. What kind of memories you want to have? Look for right kind of memories. What will stay with you is how much you read. I wish I'd read even more. I read so much more, but I wish I'd read more. Because the more you read, the more wisdom you start culling out of what you read. So, no time to waste. Knowledge is what will stay with you in your foundation when you are at this age. Fitness, playing sports is very vital for you. Fitness, you've got to play a game to stay fit. Do yoga on a regular basis. Yoga, fitness. I'm not talking of body fitness. I'm talking mind fitness. Talking of body, total fitness. It's a holistic fitness. What has lasted me, helped me this far has been my tennis days. My sports days. When I was a tennis player from the age of 9, I remained a competitive player till almost I used to come to Western India tennis championships all the way from my hometown in Amritsar to play competitive national tennis tournaments. So what I'm saying is that fitness, whether you play through a game, compete or not, doesn't matter. But pick up a game of your choice and spend your time, and yoga and others. Your beliefs are very vital. What are your beliefs? Whatever they are, these are being already formed. They will remain with you unless you change them. And most important, your manners. Your manners, your behavior, your skills. This will stay with you, your manners. Because you are in very good behavior when somebody is watching you. But some of us are in terrible manners when nobody's watching us. I think, as I said, what remains is you. You and your manners, your habits, your likes, your dislikes, your language, and the spirit of giving. In nutshell, your foundation is your character. That's your foundation, which will reveal. Now you are moving towards leadership. You are moving towards management. You're looking at greater placement. I would say there are 3 things which your employer will judge you on. I want to give you the 3 things. Share with you the 3 things which, if I were an employer, what would I judge you on? I would judge you certainly on your degree. What is the skill you've got? And a great institution like this, you've got a skill, you've got a degree, you're bound to be better than many others. So this is pass, degree pass. Second thing is your integrity. Main thing is your integrity. that will be tested, but they will judge you on your integrity, and they'll judge you what did you do in the past. How was your integrity tested? They will quiz you. How authentic you are in your answers. Are you lying or are you authentic? I'll give you one instance where I did a very casual statement in my Indian Police Service form, not knowing that I would be grilled later on. In the Indian Police Service, I think, I think somewhere the hobbies were mentioned, or in my interview I was asked, do you have, Kiran, hobbies? I said, sir, I play tennis, but that's not a hobby, it's a vocation almost. Yes, sir, I play gardening, I do gardening. And I was just a rooftop gardener. So I just say I'm gardening. And then they immediately quizzed me saying, gardening, what do you grow? I said, I grew ladyfinger. And they said, oh, ladyfinger, tell us, does it grow right up or upside down? I said, right up. They said, right. You think this question did not pass me? It did. I think I passed my Indian Police Service just by integrity. Because I didn't lie. I said gardening, because I did. And there were flower pots in my house on the terrace. I used to grow ladyfingers. And I used to see them grow. And I knew they grow like this. And they said, they grow like this, or they grow upside down. I said, they grow like this. They said, right. So never try and fake anything. They will judge you. And imagine, for me, Indian Police Service being judged by ladyfinger. You never know. So friends, integrity is going to be vital. But integrity will come from your foundation. You will learn theory, you will learn management, you will get messages, you will learn these lessons for life, but how much integrity do you really have as a foundation trait is your real test. That is only you are the judge, nobody else can. A tempting situation, can you retrieve, can you be the judge of the right and wrong? Can you make better choices when there are nobody watching? And you think nobody's watching, but you don't understand, you are watching yourself. So second is integrity. So it's D for degree, I for integrity, and A for attitude, as Mr. Saraf also mentioned. Is your attitude. Attitude is not aptitude, but your approach, how positive it is, how over-skilling it is, over-challenging. How are you able to provide solutions rather than sink yourself? How can you surmount? How positive, how energetic are you in solutions providing? How team building are you? These are the things actually, companies will skill you. They will skill you. The moment they are sure that they got the right degree, moment they got the right character, they will pick you up. And they got the right attitude, they will shine you. They'll boot shine you completely. They'll send you for all kinds of training programs to have the right person. Even in my foundations, in my NGOs, I don't only look for MSW. I look for a person who's trustworthy. Is he trustworthy? Is he going to last long with me? If I train him or her, is that person going to be grateful for the learning, or is he going to pick up and say, now I get 1,000 rupees more there, I'm going. I don't want to recruit that person, even if it's PhD in MSW. I won't. I'll pick up somebody who's done BSW. But somebody who's grateful, somebody who's humble, somebody who believes in communication, somebody who's a team builder, and somebody who is trustworthy. A real challenge of each one of you is, friends, how trustworthy are you? If you are trustworthy and you can establish it over a period that you can be relied upon in the crisis or in any other situation, you will be promoted and grow. But you remain trustworthy, don't let it go into your head. So friends, these are three things I thought, since you're a management school and you're looking for companies, these are my thoughts which I would like to share with you. Two more ideas as I sat amongst you is an idea of, while you did partnerships, I would suggest management schools now need to partner with governments, government departments, internships with management of HRs, human resource, technology. We have economics, every environment. If management schools connect with the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and there's a young, dynamic Chief Minister we have, fortunately, who will be open to new ideas. I'm not making this suggestion for the first time. I made this in my Puducherry University a month ago in a convocation, where I said, here is my government, Puducherry government, desperately need of manpower, desperately need of surveys, management, analysis. And there's a whole Pondicherry University full of management schools, etc. Why can't we be partners? We need technology, IT sector for so many programs which are being announced by our Honorable Prime Minister. Why should we hire? Why can't we get you young boys and girls as interns, and you can earn an honorarium under the internship allowance, and we can be partners? So if we can be partners, maybe Maharashtra would pick up this idea straight away, because you have a very dynamic, young thinking Chief Minister. And you and you can become a first role model which unfolds this program of partnership and governance as management schools, etc., everywhere. So if you can think about it, you can look at. Because why? Because all your life you will be dealing with government. And I don't want you to get frustrated. We want you to know it now. And then you'll know how to deal with it. Why I'm basically trying to suggest to you is, know the government now and know how to deal with it. Rather than say, ye bhi nahi hai, aise karte hain, wo bhi karte hain, musibat hai, many. You say, I know, I did an internship, this is what but deal with them like this. And that means you will continue to succeed. And you might become a solution provider to your respective companies. This is my one suggestion. My second suggestion is, do you take classes? You as seniors, do you take classes for juniors? If you don't, consider taking classes. Let a senior student teach a junior class. Why? Not that you need teachers. It's because you will learn the art of communication. And that's leadership. To me, the art of leadership begins with the art of communication. And therefore, let a senior student be given a subject of choice and say, Aaj ki class tumhare naam. You will do the subject and you will teach. The teacher can be a learner on the side, and then you never know, because the student will have done much more Googled research, much more books reference, and gone updated. The teacher may be outdated by then, but the student may be updated, unless the teacher doesn't want to be challenged. But friends, this is something, so these are my last point, is this, that what will happen when you will teach, you will prepare and you will express and you will communicate, and let you be rated. Let the student say, well done, well prepared, wonderful, and then you will have art of communication. When you go for interviews, this is the best preparation already, because you have already learned to prepare and not fidgety and not get nervous because you've been holding lectures as a teacher without being accountable as a teacher. So you can go back and teach. Let every student choose, this is my subject of expertise. I will research it from A to Z, and I will prepare and I will present. So every time, that means teachers can take a back seat. So instead of 5th September as Teachers' Day, you can have every day a Teachers' Day, and let the student take a class and you be graded. You will express, you will use your words, you can be videographed at that time. You can be videographed and go back and replay your video. And then you realize, oh, you were fidgeting while you were speaking, you were buttoning up, you were doing this only, or something like that. So you will learn to stop fidgeting, and you will then express yourself. And that's a preparation for an interview. You don't have to go to an interview class, a coaching center to learn the art of interview. You will already know how to speak, how to communicate, and how to prepare. I thought these are two suggestions I thought while sitting there and listening to your annual report. I do hope my life's lessons stay with you, and that you enjoy every day of your life now. Every day is very precious, from all that you have and all that will now go back to become yesterday. So live in today, live it fully well, knowing that you're preparing for tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words of wisdom. We will now open the house for interaction. If the students have any questions, they may raise their hands and the student volunteers will facilitate the process.
Who wants to ask the first question? Someone at the back, can we get a mic over there, please? Volunteer.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ma'am. My name is Rafia Sheikh, and this is my first year in MMS. So, ma'am, I wanted to ask you that you are a first IPS woman officer. So, what inspired you to take up policing? Also, what really empowered you? When did you first realize that you're empowered?
Well, I realized I was empowered for the kind of parents I had. They were the best. They sent me to the best school in the city. They took me to the tennis ground straight from the school where nobody else was going. And I realized, why me? Because I have different parents. So other girls would say, I wish हमको भी मम्मी डैडी यहाँ ले जाते. मैंने कहा बोलो फिर मम्मी डैडी को मिलो मेरे मम्मी डैडी को. So I felt I was gifted. And that was it. No way. So I valued every day already, as I told you, but I never knew I'll keep growing and growing. But that was the... And why Indian Police Service? Because I was an outdoor girl. I was not an office girl, office person at all. And secondly, I have a very strong sense of fight against injustice. And for me, police was the last authority to fight for justice. If he chooses to. He also has an option of not to. See? So two things attracted me, and the moment I had an option, I opted for it.
Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Naveen Pandey, and I'm a student of second year MMS. Ma'am, I've read an article about, I think it was the year 1982. I think you know what I'm talking about. So there was an officer in your team who had the courage to tow the car of then Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi. I'm sure there will be time when we will be in same situations where we'll have to fulfill our responsibilities irrespective of whom we are dealing with. So how do you get the courage to do that?
That was my foundation. Fearlessness. It was the foundation. Nothing else. It was not acquired. It was sense of justice. Exactly what I said. That अगर उन्होंने भी किया है तो फाइन तो उनको भी भरना पड़ेगा. अलग क्यों? So that was the policy at that time as DCP traffic. I don't want number of challans. I want quality of challan. But once officer has done it, I will stand by that officer. That was the policy. When this young officer challaned the Prime Minister's car at that time and towed it away, and he gave me a message कि मैम ये तो Prime Minister की गाड़ी निकली. मैंने कहा बड़ा अच्छा किया. डट के चलान करो इसको. It was simply it was not my training. I knew the law by training. But the courage doesn't come by only training. It comes by acquisition. You acquire it over a period. By constantly taking risks. As it was a very rightly thing. Biggest risk is not taking any risk. In my life, I was taking a risk. He was at a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old. Every day was a risk. Because I was biking long distance to go to school. Boys would tease me. And I would tease them back. They would hit me. I'll hit them back. So it was like every day a struggle to find my way. I used to have a struggle. It was not comfortable that I go and my mummy, daddy ne gaadi mein bathaya le gaye. Every day they would say, go, travel, risk, fight, win. That's it. So when this officer said this, I said, bahut acha kiya. So it was just foundation. So remember, it's your foundation which speaks.
Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am. Meeta Mani here. I would like to ask you that in the era when you pursued your career was not actually an era for girls. So how did you manage to complete it?
It was what?
Not an era for girls.
Era for girls, yes.
And how did your family supported you?
I'm a product of my family. No question, I'm product, the support of my family. I couldn't have been in hostile. You can't fight your parents as a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old. They are the ones who are the gardeners of your life. They are the ones who are actually nutritioning it every day. But once they build the foundation, it's my job to continue to keep it strong and not crack it up. So there's no question. In fact, I would have belied them if I had opted out. I'm actually in line with what they had built me up for. In fact, that's my real test every day. Am I living up to their dreams, their vision? I ask myself every day, and that is why it makes me take a risk every day, even in Pondicherry.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Anirban Malik from PGDM first batch. So, although you have already answered few of my questions, one of my question is like, what are the key changes you would like in management studies to increase the employability?
To increase the employability?
Yeah.
I would make you all entrepreneurs.
Okay, sir.
I'll make you
Thank you, ma'am.
I will make friends as companies and ask you register right now and take a startup right now and take learning right now and start your business in first year itself. Why wait for 2 years? Start small now. Know where you can get the loans now. Look at technology now and start your practice now, even if it's small. Start earning now. Why late? You employ others. Why should you be looking for employment? Employ. Your goal should be, as soon as I finish my college, I will employ 10 people. I'm not looking for employment. Or I will look for employment, but learn the art of management and quickly get into employing others. That is what actually this country is waiting for, is you becoming employers rather than looking for employment yourself.
Good evening, ma'am. My question is, you have already achieved many milestones in your life. What keeps you still going on?
Life. As long as there's life, you go on. The day it stops, you have no choice. It's life. It's energy. It's God is giving you energy for a purpose. God doesn't give you energy without a reason. So remember, when you have good health, you got energy, get up and do your duty and go and work hard and not sleep it out. Sleep when you need it. Sleep when you must rest to have energy. Sleep for energy, not energy to sleep. You
My name
Amit
is
Shah? Amit Shah?
Samiksha. Samiksha. Ma'am, my question to you is, you have always been so supportive of youth. So what according to
Who's
you...
been supportive?
Supportive of youth, supportive towards youth.
Who's been supportive?
You.
I'm supportive of whom?
Youth.
Okay, great.
Youth. So ma'am, what according to you, I mean, the role of youth in making India a superpower? What according to you would be the role of the youth in making India the superpower?
You are the transformers. Unless you begin with yourself and not wait for the other to begin. You are the transformer. You are energy, your health, your skill. You have everything. You got energy, you got skill, you got health. What else is transformation? This is transformation, but provided we realize our own potential and a sense of responsibility. I think the key is, what is my responsibility towards my nation? And today, responsibility towards your nation is your character building, character and employability. If you do both, character and employability, India would become a demographic dividend. But if you're weak in character and weak in foundation, and you're dependent on others to give you jobs or others to provide you, India will be a poor country. Because there'll be more mouths to feed and lesser to have. But this way you'll have abundance, because everybody's a producer and not just a consumer. But remember, in this country, because of a very large divide between haves and the have-nots, the producing community, producing youth, must produce more than enough to be able to provide for those who are the have-nots, so that the have-nots also become haves. And that is the only way India would be a prosperous country. Otherwise, it will be always fighting between the have-nots and haves, and have-nots will be greater in number, who will then be greater pressure on the haves. Therefore, haves must produce many times more of productivity, whether it's in nation building, whether it's character building, whether it's productivity, whether it's in skill, whether it's in jobs, so that you have surplus to bring have-nots out of the have-not to be brought into have, which means you need to open up such like trusts. Grow up to open up such like trusts yourself, so that you, inclusive society, it's like an inclusive India and not an exclusive India. It's the solution, the peace and prosperity of India would be in its inclusivity, not in its exclusivity.
Good evening, ma'am. We are more than honored to have you amongst us. Myself, Ayushi Malhotra from PGDM first year. You were invited to various universities for various occasions like convocations and speeches and conferences. What was your observation, or what do you think according to you is a key skill of an administrator, or various skills of an administrator?
Inspiration, ignition, ignite. An institution which ignites and inspires you will put you onto the road for higher growth. But if it makes you sleep, if it's sleep, it just makes you sleep and just dormant, I think that's the biggest damage. An institution needs ignition, everyday inspiration, inspire, fire, and go out and work. That drives you to drive the change. But to me, the key to any institution is inspiration based on authenticity.
And what inspires you every day, just like you said now?
What inspires me is a sense of duty. Totally out of sense of duty. I every day get up to say, oh, I'm great energy. What is my duty today? Let me do it better than what I could do yesterday. It's all a sense of duty. But duty out of love, not compulsion. I can choose many options. I have options. But what drives me every day is my own sense of conscientiousness towards my duty, whatever the challenges are.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering.
Okay, we have time for the last two questions of the day.
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Nikita Singh. I'm a second year student. Ma'am, as a child, I had read an article about you that when you treated prisoners, you used to treat them in a very emotional way, ask them about their families, what made them do that, what made them come here, and you would appreciate if they do a good deed after they leave the prison. So what made you think in a different way? Because our mentality is that they are the prisoners, you are supposed to be away from them. So what made you treat them differently?
What made me treat them differently is a sense of humanity. As Inspector General Prisons, I can have two roles. I can play two roles. I can be a guard so that they don't run away. I can be a guardian so that they go away but never come back. And to be a guardian is a provider. A guard is stern. What does it matter what happens to you? Don't run away. But a guardian is a provider. So if I choose to be a guardian, I have to provide them all that is needed for them to become different. And that is why in all my prison programs, there was education, there was yoga, there was sports, there was meditation, there were festivals, there were family welfare, because that is only what will change them to have a new mindset. So friends, this is why I did, because I chose to walk the guardian path. And that is why all these things are required, which are to make a better human being. That's all. And secondly is crime prevention. Why are they here? They are here not forever. They are not here forever. One day they have to go away. Should I send contaminated person to commit more crime and come back? Or should I send dry cleaned man so that he doesn't come back and he stays and doesn't commit another crime? My option was also to prevent crime. And therefore, I was always asking, why did you commit it? Why did you commit it? To understand how can policing be better so that we can have better crime prevention strategies so that when they are dry cleaned, what keeps them clean and the policing doesn't then mess up with them and then they can stay rehabilitated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Can we have the last question of the day, please?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ma'am. I would like to ask you, what were the challenges and what kind of challenges did you face while in your professional career, and how did you manage to face them?
Which day is not a challenge? There is no day without a challenge. And then two days not similar. I've never seen 2 days totally similar. Such a long life I've had. Things may be the same, the office may be the same, you are the same, the team members be the same, but the circumstances keep changing every day because there's so many variables beyond your control. So therefore, your challenge is, how do you deal with those new variables which come every day? A wrong statement, a law and order agitation, a flood, a famine, or a murder, or a financial crisis, or an officer misbehaving. It's so many issues. You don't control them. They happen. What is in your control is your response to them, your attitude to them. Your attitude is to see that justice prevails, peace prevails, right? Equity prevails, and things are done in the right manner. So that's all your response. But then that's where your administrative experience comes in. How do you deal with a different kind of challenge? But let me tell you, I've not seen almost 2 days similar. So every day is a new challenge, but what is constant is your foundation, your preparation, your experience, your intention. Your intention is very vital. If my intention is dishonest, I can turn everything around, turn it on and upturn it upside down and hurt the system. But if my intention is constant and honest, my response is predicted. And I can be trusted and things settle down faster. So it's back to your foundation. You rely everything. You're bringing me back that everything you rest on is your foundation. Your response is foundation. You rely on your foundation, you rest on your foundation. If those habits are there of hard work, integrity, equity, sense of justice, intention being right, attitude being positive, then challenges can be surmounted. Otherwise, challenges grow into crisis. So to save a crisis, challenge needs the right kind of response on a daily basis, which is different. Therefore, your variety at the moment is very vital, which is why I've asked you to go into internships with government so that you expose more yourself to practical life challenges of life so that you are better prepared.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the invaluable insights. It was an absolute honor and enriching experience to be motivated by a great personality like you. I am sure on behalf of all of the students that we will certainly cherish this interaction.
My leadership skills from my experience. Always, number one, your leadership skill first of all comes in where whatever, first of all, you lead yourself, remember that. You first lead your own self rather than being followed and others leading you. What is leadership within? Is you making better choices. Making choices is leadership. And making good choices is good leadership. So first, lead your own self. Then comes, what do you want? What do you want? It's very important for you as a leader, what do you want? If you are into productivity, you need profit. But profit at what cost? Is it at cost of humanity or is it for humanity? Is it against humanity at any cost or is it for humanity at any cost? You're a leader. Then when you decide on that, preparation begins. Your skill comes in, your foundation plays a role. So you see, it goes back to your first thing. First, you have to make better choices for yourself. You lead yourself within, which is your own preparation. Every day when you get up, you're a leader. You have to lead yourself. Does mommy, daddy come and pull you out and take you out of bed and say, you lead yourself?
out of your bed to come to this college to study. Now, if you come willingly, you'll come happily, you'll learn more. But if somebody has to drag you, you are not a leader, you're a follower. You're a compulsion, you will not learn. So therefore, you every day lead yourself towards the day. And then in the day, what do you want during the day? What do you want to achieve? Are you prepared? If you're not, prepare yourself. If you're prepared, respond to the situation. So it's a constant, there are a lot of theoretical issues, but I'm at the moment only answering that way so that it immediately benefits you as a student. So as a student, main thing is all the time, every day, making better choices for yourself by being your own leader, and also being very clear what you want in your life. Why do you want it? How much you want it? Who will you work with? How will you get that? All these things then start working when you want something. Like for instance, when I ran the prison work, I knew what I wanted. I'm as a governor of Puducherry, I know what I wanted. I know what I want. And therefore, when I know what I want, I plan my day accordingly. That's my leadership. And what does it mean? Sometimes it means getting up at 6 in the morning, take a bike and go cycling to make Swachh Puducherry clean and lead the rally, cycle rally, so that it becomes a caravan. I want a clean Puducherry. I get up at 6 in the morning. As a governor, I bike the city. NCC students join me and we clean up the city. What am I doing? First, I lead myself and get up at 6, leave at 6 and lead the bike rally. Others join me. I lead in the morning, I lead the rally, I see the result. If I don't want it, I can sleep. I needn't lead. I'll tell others to do. Others to do. So a leader is one who knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way. You know the way, you show the way, and you go the way.
Thank you, ma'am. We really respect you.
Thank you, ma'am, once again for incorporating that last question. We're all eager to hear more and more from you, but unfortunately, there's only so much that time can permit us with. We now request Sri Narendra Goenka, Trustee RSCT, to present a memento to Dr. Kiran Bedi. Thank you, sir.
We now move on to the release of the second edition of EDGE, the annual newsletter of DSIMS. This year's theme is B4, that is, Breaking Barriers, Building Bonds. We now call upon Dr. Shamona Chaudhary, along with the core team of EDGE, to unveil the second edition.
We now request Dr. Sarita Vichore to hand over the proceedings of the 4th REMSINS International Research Conference. The topic for the conference was Innovative Business Practices for Achieving Excellence in Global and Competitive Environment. May we also have the core students of the International Conference Committee? Thank you.
At DSIMS, we believe in acknowledging and appreciating the efforts of our very own students who have made immense contributions beyond academics. Today we have with us students of the 2015-17 batch who will be felicitated for their contribution towards extracurricular initiatives. May we request Dr. Kiran Bedi and Shri Ashok Saraf to present the certificates to the students.
This is a certificate of appreciation for student initiatives for different departments. We start off with Obsession. We have Dhananjay Agarwal, Akshay Jani, Bharti Gupta, Bharti Gupta, and Pankaj Khokar. These were the students from the operations domain. HR conclave. For the HR conclave, we have Hiral Kapasi. Start.
For the HR conclave, we have Hiral Kapasi. Aarti Agarwal. Kiran Chaudhary. Payal Suru. And Deepa Singh.
We now move on for the marketing conclave Tooch. We have Utkarsha Chiplunkar. Amit Bazari. Karan Gulati. Kapil Sharma. Vijay Sharma. Shikhar Jivrajka. Jinit Tanna. And Vijay Das.
Next, we have the finance conclave Financia, for which we have Chirag Mehta. Monik Jain. And Madhuri Chippa.
For the initiative of the rural immersion, we have Anmol Agarwal.
For the sports initiative versus, we have Amit Bazari. And Shikhar Jivrajka.
For the cultural initiative, we have Anmol Agarwal. Priyanka Mishra. And Rahul Agarwal.
For the newsletter Edge, we have Shikhar Jivrajka.
For the international immersion, we have Monik Jain.
For the Ambassadors Club, we have Hiral Kapasi.
And finally, for the Grievance Club, we have Manali Mehta. And Kapil Sharma. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. It is our privilege and a great honor to introduce you to Sri Mahavir Prasadji Saraf, an industrialist and philanthropist. The smallest things make the biggest difference. Sri Mahavir Prasadji Saraf's heroism lies in recognizing that. His benevolence and philanthropy has touched people from all walks of life, class, and corners of the city. It is difficult to separate Sri Mahavir Prasadji Saraf from the acts of service, as he has become a synonym for his deeds. For more than 5 decades of selfless charity works conducted by Sri Mahavir Prasadji Saraf through his 5 trusts, namely Ghanshyam Das Saraf Trust, Durga Devi Saraf Trust, Mahavir Prasad Saraf Trust, Kiran Devi Saraf Trust, and Supertex Foundation have entered the Limca Book of Records for their good deeds.
Sri Mahavir Prasadji Saraf is the recipient of many honors which are bestowed on him in recognition of his vast and dedicated social services. Mahavir Prasad ji has made a very big difference in the lives of many and is determined to continue his positive efforts in touching further issues. Some awards have been conferred on him at the hands of the President of India, Vice President of India, and the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Mumbai Mirror, the edition of Times of India, had nominated him as one of Mumbai's heroes in recognition of his vast social work. As a part of his innumerable philanthropic activities, Sri Mahavir Prasad ji Saraf has taken a keen interest in promoting academic excellence by the students of Durga Devi Saraf Institute of Management Studies by instituting the Durga Devi Saraf Award and the Ghanshyam Das Saraf Award for academic excellence to the student who has stood first in the MMS and PGDM first year. We request Dr. Kiran Bedi and Sri Ashok Saraf to present the awards to the students. Yes, you may.
The Ghanshyam Das Saraf Gold Award for Academic Excellence for PGDM goes to the student who secures the first position. It goes to Ms. Sakshi Biswas from Operations.
The Durga Devi Saraf Medal for Academic Excellence for MMS goes to Ms. Jaisal Tibrawal from Finance.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. We now request Dr. Sarita Vichore, HOD Finance, to propose the vote of thanks.
A very good evening to one and all. On behalf of DSIMS, I would like to thank our chief guest, Honorable Lieutenant Governor Puducherry, Dr. Kiran Bedi, for gracing this occasion of DSIMS Foundation Day 2017. Ma'am, your presence has made all the difference. And it'll be cherished in our memories for a long, long time in our lives. I extend a very warm regard and sincere appreciation for the support and cooperation by Shri Ashok Ji Saraf, President RSCT and Chairman DSIMS, Shri Kailash Ji Keshriwal, Honorary Secretary RSET, Office Bearers and Trustees. I extend my sincere thanks to our Director General, Dr. Enam Kondap, for his continuous guidance and support at every stage. Thank you so much. I would also like to extend my thanks to all our esteemed guests and invitees. My very dear students, I should say you've been a very good audience. I extend my compliments to Marcom team, especially Mr. Kamal and Mr. Vikas, who have provided the necessary support to us. I take this opportunity to acknowledge the guidance of our director, Dr. Babu, as well as our support extended by my chairpersons, Dr. Shailja Badra and Dr. Sanchita Banerjee. The vote of thanks won't be complete without acknowledging the entire administrative team headed by Mr. Shetty. Fahad and Alia, our anchors for the evening are our students who are in the senior batch. Job well done. I appreciate my student volunteers who have worked with us tirelessly to see the success of this program. And how can I forget my colleagues who have worked closely with us to make Foundation 2017 a success. Dear colleagues, a very big thank you to all. Thank you.